The Yellowstone volcanic eruption was more complex than scientists previously thought. Scientists from the Yellowstone Volcano Observatory, YVO, recently released a report on observations and discoveries they made over the past year and have found new evidence indicating that the last major eruption in Yellowstone 631,000 years ago was much more complex than the last major eruption in Yellowstone 631,000 years ago. Previously estimated, and more work needs to be done to learn more details about the history of the eruption. YVO has provided annual reports since 2017 detailing several topics, including ground deformation trends, earthquake activity and improvements to its monitoring network. There is also information resulting from research and discoveries, such as a new thermal area near Tern Lake in 2018. The 2022 Yellowstone Volcano Observatory annual report was released earlier this month, and like previous reports, it contains eye-opening new research and observations. Based on the YVO report, 2,429 earthquakes were recorded in the Yellowstone region in 2022, with the largest earthquake measuring 4.2 on the Richter scale occurring on May 11th. According to the report, the earthquake was the largest reported in the region since a 4.4 magnitude earthquake in 2017. But scientists stressed that the number of earthquakes in 2022 is within the annual range of earthquakes and slightly fewer than those reported in 2021. About 66% of earthquakes occur in swarms, that is, groups of earthquakes that come together in space and time, YVO said in a report. One such swarm occurred during a 12-hour period in March, with 60 earthquakes ranging in magnitude from 0.1 up to 3.7 detected. However, the most significant swarm occurred throughout the second half of the year near Grizzly Lake between Mammoth Hot Springs and Norris Geyser Basin, when more than 1,100 earthquakes were reported. Earthquakes with hundreds to thousands of events and lasting for months are not unusual in the Yellowstone region, occurring every few years, the report continued. According to the report, the Yellowstone caldera shrank 1 to 2 inches throughout 2022. This was interrupted during the summer months by a lull in uplift as the ground swelled slightly due to groundwater recharge from snowmelt. According to the National Park Service, a caldera is a collapse feature that forms during a large volume volcanic eruption when the underlying magma chamber is emptied and the land above it sinks into it. An atmospheric river event in June rapidly melted snowpack and caused catastrophic flooding across the Yellowstone region, leading to the closure of entire national parks. The north and northeast entrances remained closed throughout the summer, and the north entrance only reopened in late October, more than 4 months after the flood. The flooding was so intense that YVO said monitoring stations recorded seismic noise associated with the floodwaters. The report also details information discovered by YVO scientists that changed the way they thought about Yellowstone's last major eruption 631,000 years ago. Scientists said the ash deposits from the explosion, called Lava Creek Tuff, were initially believed to be 2 geologic subunits, according to a report. However, Montana State University geologists identified several new units of Lava Creek Tuff while mapping rocks in the Sour Creek Dome on the east side of the Yellowstone caldera. This discovery implies that the eruption was much more complex than previously thought, the report said. Additional work is needed to sort out the history of the eruption,